Hi guys, it's Thomas here from COTBase.com. Welcome to this week's COT review, where we're going to be analyzing the 15th Commitments of Trade Report of 2021. And as usual, we're going to start off by looking at the largest changes in commercials positions. But before I start the review, if you're new to this report and the analysis tools on it, then definitely check out our website, where we offer a lot of educational material, not only in written format, but we also have some very, very useful videos as well. So back to the review, and starting off with our first market, which will be platinum, with a 21% change in commercials position. So of course, in the table, we have commercials on the left side. We've got large speculators in the middle and small speculators on the right side. Don't worry, we're going to talk about that all-time signal that you can see in the table over there. But first, let's start with the 21% change that we have witnessed in commercials. So basically, the magnitude is visible over there. It is clearly larger than average with regard to changes on the past 52 weeks. Basically, commercials decreasing their net short positions from roughly 41,000 contracts down to 34,000 contracts. So that's what it means. It is a bullish COT change signal, suggesting that the strengthening we witnessed Thursday, Friday could continue on early next week. Moving on to the 5 years chart, you can see that although small speculators are at an all-time extreme, meaning never in the COT history of platinum were small speculators at that level, but commercials nor large speculators are at any extreme to talk about. So, you know, I mean, the signal small speculators are giving us is definitely bearish, but then again, I would definitely wait for large speculators and commercials to produce an extreme signal as well before, you know, you want to expect a shift in the trend. The next market is going to be the Euro-British pound pair, where we have a 19% change in commercials positions. You can see that change size over there being larger than average. We've seen similar changes in the past. It suggests we could see this rally that's been going on for some time now to continue. Moving on to the 5 years chart, you can see that we're closer to bullish extreme levels, but caution is advised due to the lack of COT history. So, but what you can do to overcome this situation is to analyze the euro and the British pound currencies separately, and then of course you can decide which currency is stronger. The next market is going to be crude oil, the WTI crude oil to be specific. And here we have a 15% change in commercials positions, barely noticeable. I wouldn't put too much emphasis on it. It is of course bullish, but maybe not as strong. The extreme, again, not much to talk about. So, you know, we are more or less in between the two major extremes. So you can see we had a significant bearish extreme building up back in 2018, just before we reached those tops. And of course, we had a bullish extreme just at the end of that year. We had another one closing in after this decline last year. Really not much to talk about. So, you know, sometimes that's the case. The COT report does not necessarily show you a clear direction of the market, and that's the case in crude oil right now. So let's just move on to, well, normally we look at large speculators, but I have a feeling there could be some interesting markets if we look at small speculators this time. And there we go. We've got the Euro Japanese yen pair on top of our list. And that is based on an all-time extreme signal in small speculators. So there you go, small speculators at an extreme. But of course, once again, we are talking about a market with very, very short COT history. So I should repeat myself. And if this is a market that you trade, you might as well open the euro and the Japanese yen separately, analyze them, and then come to the conclusion. One thing's for sure, anybody who is trading the euro Japanese yen market, either the futures or the options, small speculators are at an extreme. They've never been as optimistic as they are right now, but this is once again based on a roughly 4 years COT history, not that much. Okay, so platinum we talked about, but another metal, copper. Copper, where we have a 894 report extreme in small speculators. So I would expect this to be almost, very, very close to the all-time extreme that we had in this market. Commercials and large speculators decreasing their extreme stress levels have decreased a little bit, which means this rally could easily continue on for some time. But the fact that small speculators are heavily optimistic, flashes some warning signals for me that we might expect a change in the trend in the medium to long run, next couple of months maybe. And last but definitely not least, let's open the Minneapolis Wheat. We have a 194 report extreme in small speculators, so not that big of an extreme as in case of platinum or copper. But nevertheless, let's open this market. It's, I think, quite visible that not that long ago we had this bearish COT extreme in the market without too much effect. Prices are still steadily rising. So I would expect commercials, large speculators to start increasing their position. Of course, commercials increasing their net short, large speculators increasing their net long positions as the rally goes on. And of course, I would expect small speculators to further increase their net long positions as that's happening. So let's keep our eyes on this market as well, since in the next couple of weeks and month ahead of us, we may actually reach all-time extremes also in commercials and large speculators. So that was all for this review. Of course, don't forget these weekly COT reviews that I do are very, very brief and show you a short snapshot of the markets, but you might be trading markets that are not in this review, like stock indexes, interest rates, or cryptocurrencies for that matter. You can have a look at that at cotbase.com. Of course, we offer all the different COT report types that are available. Of course, we're always looking at the classic or so-called legacy COT report, but you have the option of switching to the disaggregated reports, such as the disaggregated itself, the Traders in Financial Futures, or CIT report. We also give you the option of choosing the data type that you want to analyze. You might be interested only in futures data. We tend to analyze the futures and options, but you might as well look at the options only data type. You can analyze all sorts of different data sets. And of course, we offer a bunch of tools that will help you better analyze the report. If you're interested in a specific market, so we talked about crude oil, for example, you can simply choose crude oil and dig deep into the report. Let's say you're interested in commercials long compared to the total. That would be something that you could do here. So for each and every data set, of course, you have futures only, futures and options only. You can click on these and they'll disappear and get them back if you wish. So there's so much to do here at COT Base, so many ways to analyze the commitments of traders report. It's really unbelievable. I truly appreciate your attention. Thank you so much for being with me. I wish you guys a wonderful weekend, and I hope to see you in my next review. Take care. Goodbye.